Hi, my name's Eric Miller, and I'm here today to talk about the Facility Online Manager System, available from Northwestern University. To help walk us through it, I have a guest here whose name is synonymous with Eric Miller, Eric Miller. Well, hi Eric, it's fantastic to be here today. Okay Eric, so tell us what it is we're going to be talking about today. The Facility Online Manager, or FOM system. This is an online equipment scheduler that's been developed here at Northwestern University over the past 10 years and is available to universities and laboratories everywhere. Well, there's a lot of equipment scheduling software available. What makes this system so different? Well, there are quite a lot of things, but the biggest, I believe, is that the FOM system doesn't just schedule time on instruments and automatically generate billing statements based on usage, but it can also lock an instrument, making it unusable unless someone is signed in and paying for the time. Seriously? How does it do that? Please tell me it has something to do with the mysterious microchip that's been implanted in my neck. No. How it actually works is through our magical black box. Yeah, whatever, we can talk about that later. I'm far more curious as to why I, as a lab manager, would want to use the FOM system instead of my existing system. Well, the biggest one is the ease of use and flexibility of the FOM. You can set it up to do just about anything your lab requires, and unlike some systems, it is fully customizable. Yeah, that sounds great, but I have a very specialized lab here, and I'm thinking I should just build my own software, or maybe hire a software development company to do it for me. Well, think about that for a second. That is a massive investment of time, money, and resources that you'll have to go through, not to mention the lengthy debugging process. The FOM system has been 10 years in the making and already runs as smooth as something that runs really smooth. Yeah, but... And with the FOM, there's a single point of contact if you have any issues with the software or want to develop a new module or anything. No receptionists, no sales reps, no service reps, just the programmer, Dr. Shiyu Lee. That means your questions or issues will get dealt with quickly by the person who actually wrote the software. Yeah, I guess that is nice, but our existing software is already hard to use. I don't want to have to change to something that's difficult to use, but in a completely different way. On the user side, the FOM is extremely simple and easy to use. As long as the user has one good eye, they should be able to understand how the system works after the very first time they use it. So, does anyone outside of Northwestern University use this software? Well, here's a list of some of the more than 30 universities and national labs from here in the US, Europe, and China that use FOM. Okay, so what about your magic box you mentioned? Well, you wire the box up to a piece of equipment that you want regulated, and via the internet, the FOM system will be able to switch the device on or off, depending on the parameters you as the lab manager set up. How do I know where to wire up the box to my device? Well, in my experience, just check with your service engineer. They'll usually be more than happy to tell you the best place to interrupt the power. So if you're not signed in, you can't use it. Exactly. But what if the internet goes out or is interrupted? Does everything just switch off? Fortunately, no. If the internet flakes out on you, the box will keep operating in whatever position it was in when the interruption occurred. So if it's on, it'll stay on. If it was off, it'll stay off. But what do you mean when you say authorized users? Well, just because someone makes an account in your system doesn't mean you want them to have access to everything in your lab. So you as the lab manager can set different levels of access to different pieces of equipment. Some equipment might require training before the user gets access, and even then you can set different levels of access, like during certain hours of the day. Whatever you want. So is this system only good for big things like an SEM or a TEM? Hardly! You can hook just about anything you want up to it, like this osmium coder, this critical point dryer, this optical microscope, this stapler, oh wait a sec, this poster printer, whatever! But how do you charge people for using all these instruments? Is it only based on time? It can be if you want, but you can set up the way FOM charges people for each instrument any way you want. Fully customizable, remember? You could charge by how many runs someone makes on an instrument, or how much of any consumables they used. You said the FOM also generates billing reports. Absolutely, you can set it up to do monthly billing or even daily. Well, what other things does it do? Well, there are just too many specifics to go over right now in this short video, so if you're interested in the other capabilities of the FOM, feel free to contact Dr. Lee and you can talk about it with him until you've passed out from dehydration. Thanks, Eric. It's been great having you here today. Well, thanks, Eric. It's been great being here. You idiot. It's a split screen here for a reason.